She is fiercely loyal to Donald Trump. But when the former US president came to her home city and praised coronavirus vaccines, Flora Moore did something she never thought possible. She booed him. He said take the vaccine, but we all booed and said no, she recalled of Trump's event with broadcaster Bill O'Reilly in Orlando, Florida. He heard us loud and clear because the Amway Center was packed. We let him know no, and a couple of us even hollered out, it's killing people. There is no scientific basis to the claim that the vaccines are killing people. In fact, they have demonstrably saved thousands of lives. But Moore is indicative of the extreme anti-vaccine sentiment consuming the base of the Republican Party, a monster that Trump himself can no longer control. America is exhausted by a pandemic still killing more than 2,400 people a day, the overwhelming majority of whom are unvaccinated, bringing the total death toll to 900,000. In more conventional times, Trump's Operation Warp Speed, which developed vaccines in record time, would be a source of pride for his voters. Even his successor, Joe Biden, has praised the initiative, stating, "Thanks to the prior administration and our scientific community, America was one of the first countries to get the vaccine." But Trump's eagerness to claim credit has been undone by conservatives' backlash against Biden's efforts to legally require worker vaccinations, which they cast as a threat to individual freedom. The ex-president's customary applause turned to jeers when he encouraged supporters to get vaccinated and told O'Reilly that he received a booster himself. What was arguably Trump's most important legacy from an otherwise disastrous pandemic response and a divisive four-year presidency has turned into a political liability, threatening to turn his own fans against him. Laurie Garrett, an award-winning science writer, observed, "It's probably the only time his base has ever booed him about anything. If he can no longer brag about Operation Warp Speed, what can he brag about regarding how he handled COVID?" The anti-vaccine fervor has been stoked by some Republican politicians as well as right-wing media. Last month, Fox News host Tucker Carlson, a notorious skeptic, gave writer Alex Berenson a platform to baselessly proclaim the mRNA COVID vaccines need to be withdrawn from the market now. No one should get them. No one should get boosted. No one should get double boosted. The web has also become a place for unscientific conspiracy theories to thrive. Moore, the Trump supporter in Florida, said she gets her information from her 30,000 followers on Facebook, as well as Telegram, Twitter and YouTube. She said, "I don't trust the government. I don't trust the pharmaceutical companies. I'm active in politics here and found out lots of people were having complications and dropping dead. There's a lot of jobs I won't even take because they want me to get a vaccine." The commercial analyst, who is in her 40s, refuses to wear a face mask in restaurants or at work. Her radical views on the issue outweigh even her faith in Trump. "I trust him on certain things, but he's not my god," she said. Trump appears to have heeded the shift and recalibrated. At a rally in Conroe, Texas, last Saturday, where anti-vaccine views were again rampant, he channeled the crowd's anger towards Biden's mandate for federal government workers. A similar mandate for businesses was rejected by the Supreme Court. "It is time for the American people to declare independence from every last COVID mandate," Trump said to Cheers. "We have to tell this band of hypocrites, tyrants and racists that we're done with having them control our lives, mess with our children and close our businesses. We're moving on from COVID." He then added briskly, "We did a great job. Operation Warp Speed has been praised by everybody, but it's now time to move on." Notably, in the remarks he did not use the word vaccines at all. It was a pivot that appeared to acknowledge the political threat, and it is enough to satisfy voters such as Moore. She commented, "I think he's gotten the message that he can say he took the vaccine and nothing happened to him, and if you desire to take it, but if you don't want to, leave it alone." The number of anti-vaxxers in the Republican base is hard to estimate. The Guardian interviewed half a dozen Trump rally attendees last week and found that most had got the shots. They included Jared Pettis from Phoenix, Arizona, who had changed his mind on the topic. "We were totally anti-vaccine, didn't really believe in it, didn't want to get it," he said. Then a friend got it pretty severe. He could hardly breathe and felt like his head was going to explode. He didn't go to the hospital, but he was very, very sick to the point where he. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this edition of the news. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. Bye.